Alright, hi guys. I'm going to try to make some nacho cheese. I'm going to make nachos, and I'm going to use my new Earth Balance? Let me see. No. Earth Island, sorry. My Earth Island cheddar flavored cheese. It really tastes a lot like cheddar. So I've got part of a green pepper here, part of red pepper. I'm not going to use all of that. I'm going to cut. This is, I'll use this onion. This is one of the hot peppers off my little plant. And I'll probably put about that much of the red pepper in here. So I'm going to get that stuff cut up. And I'm going to saute it and get some Earth Balance, margarine, all that stuff. And let's get started with this and let's see how this turns out. Alright, I am back. I have my veggies chopped. I forgot, tomato. So I have about half a tomato. It's actually about a quarter of the onion. I didn't use all of that. And the same pepper that you saw before. I hope it's not too much. I can always use some of that tomato for the... I'll maybe hold some aside. Anyway, I've got my pan heating. I'm going to put like a good tablespoon of Earth Balance butter. And then I'll lower that a little bit. And then I'll put in my veggies. I'm going to keep a little bit of that tomato back. I probably need another tablespoon, guys. I'm going to get another tablespoon in there. Okay, and I'm just going to saute everything so it's nice and soft. Yeah, that was a good call, holding back the other tomato. So I'm just going to turn that down a little, let it saute. I'm going to get my cornstarch ready. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I have just about a quarter cup of water in here, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of cornstarch, if I can get this off. This is a half tablespoon. Oops. I think I want a tablespoon. Yeah, I'm gonna put or just about a tablespoon, guys. Okay. And I'm going to just dissolve this in here before I add it to my pan. I'm also going to put, yikes, I'm so clumsy today. Okay, so you see everything is nice and softened here. I'm going to add a cup of coconut milk. Since that's the milk I have. This is just the silk version. I think a cup should do it. Let's put, there we go. As you saw, that was just shy of a cup, simply because I'm going to be adding the water and cornstarch mixture. Okay, now you're going to want to add salt to taste, and I'm just putting a few dabs of the Herbamare. You can use Himalayan sea salt or any salt that you like, obviously. So the stove is down lower, and I'm just going to turn it up. And now I will mix in my cornstarch mixture. Let's see how thick it's getting. If it's not thick enough, obviously add more. I'm playing this by ear, as it's the first time I'm doing this. And I think that before I make it any thicker, I'm going to add my cheese. And then I'm going to see how it turns out. Okay, so while that is in the pot and warming up gradually, I'm going to add my cheese. So this is not going to be an exact science, guys, but this is sort of half of what was in there. So I'm going to do half of what was in, half of what's left. And let's see. I'm going to taste it. Oops. Okay, that's getting thicker, I can see that. I'm going to try this again using just the nutritional yeast because there is a way to make it with nutritional yeast. In fact, I could even add some into this, but since I've got this, I'm going to use it. I just turned the stove back down to medium. I'm just going to slice this off. Maybe I'll do this first. You know, it probably helps to shred it, which I did not do. But it'll melt nonetheless. And you know, guys, I'm just going to try that for now. I'm going to leave this little part off, which I know makes it hard to get an exact idea of the recipe. But you also have to kind of just cook by ear. Or by sight, as they say. So I'm going to try this out. I'm going to taste it. And if it does not taste cheesy enough, then I will add more. The color certainly looks good. And it's smelling pretty cheesy. Alright, I tasted it. And the coconut milk has definitely given it a bit of a sweeter, like slightly sweeter flavor, and it's also pretty spicy. So, but I do think it could taste cheesier. So I'm going to add the rest of that cheese. I mean, it was pretty cheesy, but I think it could be cheesier. These are nachos. But yeah, that pepper is pretty spicy in there. So I hope my daughter will eat this. Okay. And I'm just going to let this melt and sit. And then I'm going to get my vegan beefless grounds. And I'm going to saute those up. Alright, I'm also going to just start getting my nachos together. Now, I will have a video coming, can't promise when, but how to make your own nacho chips. I did some experimenting and made some from scratch, and they were great. Have to stop to eat one, of course. Alright guys, I'll be back. Okay, so this is my Eve's Mexican groundless ground beef with a little bit of the Gardein plain one. So the flavor is very strong on here, very nacho flavor, so I just mixed it with a bit of the Gardein plain version. I'm just going to sprinkle that on here. Turn off my stove, I don't need that anymore. Now, the other thing I'm going to do one day is just try baking these in the oven with cheese shreds, so with the vegan cheese on there. Maybe I'll do a mix of the Daya and the Earth Island and see how it turns out. Which side I like better. Okay guys, so there's that. Now, I'm just going to get my immersion blender. And I'm just going to blend that up so it's all blended in, and I hope that's enough. I'm going to pour that over. So let me just do that and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I've blended most of this up. Yikes. As you can see, it's I mean, it's not perfectly smooth, but that's okay. It can be a little chunky, or make it more smooth if you like. And now it's just time to pour it over your nachos. Like I said, I hope I have enough. I think I do. And I'm just going to make some salsa. Maybe some guacamole because I've got avocado as well. And then it's time to enjoy. Let me just taste that. That's what it looks like, guys. Actually, let me put a little bit right there. Oops. There's a bit more cheesy goodness in here, so let me just scoop that out. Let's scoop it all out. Okay, let me taste that last little bit right here. Yummy. Alright, guys. These are my nachos. Okay, so I've just sprinkled some tomato on top. And like I said, I'm going to make some salsa for this. And it's ready to enjoy. So thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Turned out really well.